so that a totally a different kind of energy can be made available to you, and you can live in the world of such an enlightened awareness. Buddha field means creating a situation where sleeping Buddha in you can be awakened. Buddha field means an energy field where you can start growing, maturing, where your sleep can be broken, where you can be shocked into awareness. It is an electric field where you will not be able to fall asleep, where you will have to be awake because shocks will be coming all the time. The Buddha field is an energy field in which a Buddha matures being, a pure land, an unworldly world, a paradise on earth, which offers ideal conditions for rapid spiritual growth. It is a matrix. The word matrix is of a Latin origin. It means a womb. From that word you get the word matter, mother, and so on and so forth. The womb offers three things to a newly forming life. It is a source of possibility. It provides source of energy to explore that possibility. It is a safe place within which that exploration takes place. That is what this Buddha field is going to do to you through these talks, meditation, video energies are being made available to you. This will bring a clear understanding of the possibilities. It is aimed at making you aware of your potential by creating a safe environment to work without being distracted by the world. It aims at how to become a Buddha, and everything else simply disappears from your mind. Money, power, prestige, or anything else. In the silence of that Buddha field the silence that Buddha field creates, and the uninhibited atmosphere, the master and the disciple can enact the drama totally. The ultimate is when master can touch the feet of the disciple, and the master and the disciple are lost into one reality. This is what Dipankar said to Buddha. Only a person who has no I within him can create a Buddha field. In fact, then to say that he is creating is not right. But language is inadequate. The Sanskrit word for creation is better. The Sanskrit word, it means many things. It can mean to create, to accomplish, to ripen, to mature, or it can simply mean to trigger into existence. That is exactly the meaning. A Buddha does not create, instead he triggers. Even to say triggers is not good. Always in his presence things happen, or in his presence things are triggered, a process starts. His presence is a spark of fire, and things starts moving, and one thing leads to another, and in the process a great change is created. Man has lived a long time the way he has lived. A time has come for a critical quantum leap. Either man will die in war, or man can take a jump and will become a new man. Before that happens, a great Buddha field is needed, a field where we can create the new man. But a Bodhisattva cannot say, I will create the harmonious Buddha field. If the emphasis is on I, then the person is not yet above the sattva. Even Buddhas use the word I, but they insistently emphasize that it corresponds to no reality. It is just a language use. It is just utilitarian. And Buddha says those harmonious Buddha field are not even harmonious. Because harmony means conflict is still alive. Harmony means conflicting parts are there, but they are no longer creating any conflict. Buddha says the real harmony is when conflicting parts dissolve into one unity. When the musician tune into their instruments, each instrument is separate by itself. It has its own separate tune, separate musical ambience. When they start tuning in, one sound merges into the other and keeps on dissolving into the other, and after that there is not many instruments but only one sound. When all the various discordant elements into your being start dissolving into one another, there is one harmony. Is not the parts are dissolving. The sound of harmonium dissolves into that of percussion instrument, and together they dissolve into the wind instruments, and finally there is not many instruments, only one instrument plays. Harmony means that there are many fragments in the harmonious whole. Buddha says the real harmony is when those many discordant ones are no longer there and they have become one. So a harmony, a real harmony, cannot even be called harmony. It is simply a unity. There is no conflict, no friction, because all fragmentary parts have dissolved into one another. Remember again and again, it is a question of inadequate language. That is why Buddha goes on insisting again and again to remind you that you cannot become a victim of inadequate language expressions. The process continues. Buddha says that even if somebody demonstrates one stanza, 4 lines from the Diamond Sutra, his merit is more. Indeed, his merit is immeasurable and incalculable, more than the merit of a man or a woman who were to renounce their belongings as many times as there are grains of sand in the Ganges. Renunciation does not help. Instead, it is the understanding that helps. Renouncing the world is not going to take you anywhere. You have to understand, renunciation is an stupid effort. Only stupid people renounce. The wise person tries to understand each situation. The wise is never an escapist. Only the stupid are escapists because they cannot face life and take its challenges. They move to the mountains or escape to monasteries or somewhere else. They run away from the world. Buddha says these sutras are so valuable that even if you can listen totally with an open heart, if you are vulnerable to them, they can transform your life. Even something, a single word can be such a transforming force. I have heard about a man. Who must have been like Huining. He was very old, nearly 65 or 70. He had gone for a morning walk, and and some woman must have been walking her son or somebody else inside a hut. The old man was on the road and the woman was saying, "It is time to get up. It is morning. It is no longer night." The old man heard these words, and it was not even the Diamond Sutra. It was just a woman telling someone, "Get up, it is enough. You have slept long. It is no longer night. The sun has risen, it is morning." And the old man heard this. He must have been in some receptive state of mind that morning. The birds singing, the sun and the cool breeze, and those words stuck hard like arrow in his heart. It is morning. You have slept too long, and it is no longer night. He went home. He went outside the town, sat in the temple meditating. People came to know about him, and the family came rushing, and they said, "What are you doing here?" He said, "It is morning. It is no longer night, and I have already slept enough. Enough is enough. Excuse me. Leave me alone. I have to wake up. Death is coming. I will wake up." Sometimes a few words, even uttered by ordinary people, can fall in the right soil of the heart and can bring great transformation. What to say of the words of Buddha? It is very rare that man of the quality of Subhuti will cry with tears flowing profusely. But when such compassion and love from Buddha is flowing, showering on him, when such diamond words are falling on him like rain, he is overwhelmed. Remember, there is no deeper way to relate your gratefulness than with tears. There is no higher way to pray than tears. Never be afraid of tears. The so-called civilization has made you afraid of tears. Tears are far more beautiful than anything that you have with you. Tears can come from the overflow of your being. Tears are not the necessity of sadness. Sometimes they spring out of great joy, and sometimes they come out of great peace, and still sometimes they are the expression of ecstasy and love. In fact, tears have nothing to do with sadness or happiness. Anything that stirs your heart too much or takes possession of you, anything that too much that you cannot contain, is expressed through tears that starts overflowing. Accept them with great joy, nourish them and welcome them. It is through tears that you will know how to pray. Through tears you will know how to see. Tear-filled eyes are capable of seeing truth. Tear-filled eyes are capable of seeing the beauty of life and benediction of it. Subhuti says, your presence, the compassionate words, love and your grace, all has produced cognition in me. It has given me an insight, a vision of truth, and it is indeed no perception. Still Subhuti will repeat the same words, but let me remind you, it is no perception, because there is nobody to perceive. It is pure cognition. It is pure cognition. It is going a little